Judy, an elderly woman, sits quietly in her recliner, staring at the TV without really watching. Her caregiver, Brianna, wanders around the house with headphones on, barely noticing her. Judy, frail and unsteady, tries to reach a clown doll on a high shelf. She wobbles and falls, spilling her breakfast all over the floor. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Meg waits nervously at the nurse's station. Her brother, Noah, rushes in from the airport, disheveled and tense. They learn that their mother, Judy, has had a massive stroke. Meg's husband, Diego, arrives, immediately worrying about insurance and long-term care, which annoys Noah. After Diego takes the kids home, Meg and Noah go to Judy's room. She lies unresponsive in her hospital bed. Noah sits beside her, overwhelmed with emotion, remembering how she once cared for him during a fever. Meg, feeling disconnected, quietly leaves the room with a vase of flowers. Later, Meg and Noah drive through their old hometown. Familiar streets and houses bring back mixed memories. Noah points out a man named Doug Mazur, whose name carries heavy, unspoken meaning. They arrive at their childhood home, both tense and uneasy. Inside, the house feels familiar but strangely off. They head to the basement to find Noah a place to sleep. The room is full of old boxes, toys, and forgotten items. Noah drifts into nostalgia, but Meg notices the musty smell and hears dripping water. She presses her fingers against a warped panel and, ignoring Noah's warnings, pries it open. Hidden behind it is a mummified corpse wrapped in brittle plastic. Shocked, they rush upstairs. Memories from 1996 return. Their friend Patty Mazur disappeared, and their parents covered part of the basement with fresh paneling. The horrifying truth hits. They realize their parents had killed and hidden Mrs. Mazur in the house. The discovery shakes them to the core. Meg wants to call the police, but Noah refuses, fearing that revealing the secret would destroy what's left of their family. Their father is gone, and their mother is dying, leaving them with impossible choices. Noah warns Meg that if they involve the police, they could lose the house and their inheritance. Lawyers, scandal, and financial ruin would follow. He admits he's drowning in debt and was relying on selling the house to survive. Reluctantly, Meg agrees to stay silent for now. The story shifts into tense, quiet moments. At home, Meg wakes to a glucose alarm from her diabetic son and gently gives him a juice box, a small act of care. Meanwhile, Noah sits alone in a dark room, smoking, haunted by fear. He grips a baseball bat, prowling the house, tormented by the skeletons in the dark in his unraveling mind. That night, Noah hatches a desperate plan. He and Meg wrap the mummified body in a blue tarp and carry it through the house. Shaken and silent, they load it into Meg's SUV and drive to the foggy quarry from their teenage years. They lower the body into the water, watching it sink and ripple away. Meg feels hollowed by the trauma, while Noah seems grim and determined. The next morning, Meg tries to return to her routine, but her world is shaken again. A news report announces human remains discovered at Seneca Quarry. Panicked, she calls Noah, who insists the police can't link it to them. But their fear becomes reality when Lieutenant Zell, a sharp detective, summons them to the hospital. Zell confirms the body is Patty Mazur and questions them about their parents' connection. Meg and Noah dodge her questions, but Judy stirs in her hospital bed, groaning as if trying to speak. Zell notices, but Brianna, the caregiver, quickly steps in. Leaving her card, Zell asks them to call if Judy remembers anything. After Zell leaves, Meg and Noah huddle over their mother, whispering for her to stay silent, they'll handle everything. Returning home, they're exhausted and on edge. In the backyard, Brianna relaxes by the grill, calmly sipping a beer as the steak sizzles. She warns them that patience with stroke patience pays off. If you listen closely, you can understand them. Then, she delivers a shocking revelation. Judy knows their mother is a killer. Worse, she knows Meg and Noah moved the body. Her price for silence is $10,000. Brianna shows a watch she claims Judy gave her. Noah lunges, and Meg pins him back, tense and terrified. Brianna sets her price. Meg must meet her at a diner the next day with $10,000. After Brianna leaves, panic hits. Meg realizes she can only scrape the cash by emptying her savings and her kids' college funds. Noah snaps that paying her will only make her bolder. She'll keep coming back. They need another plan, to scare her into silence. Noah names the only person who can help, Bod. Despite Meg's protests, Noah insists. Later, Noah tries to calm himself by getting high in their father's old armchair. Determined, he drives out into the countryside to a decaying farmhouse. A pale, bald man answers the door, Bod. Up close, he's even more unsettling. Noah explains the problem. A woman won't leave him alone, and he needs Bod's help to scare her. Out back, Bod sharpens a massive blade while Noah paces. He insists the plan is only to scare Brianna, not hurt her. Bod ignores the warning, rambling about old memories of his dad and Noah's dad going shooting, which twists Noah's nerves tighter. Noah tries to frame them as victims of a lying caregiver spreading rumors about their mother. Bod grins eerily, nodding, but his intentions feel much darker. The day of the exchange spirals out of control. Meg and Noah sit in their car across from the country diner. Meg's 2 young sons fidget in the back seat, Diego stuck at work. Bod arrives, and Meg's dread rises. Moments later, Brianna pulls up in her old sedan, walking toward the diner alone. Noah tries to direct Bod, but Bod is annoyed about being lied to regarding the money. In a flash, he grabs the cash and strides inside, ignoring Noah's plan. Inside, Bod sits across from Brianna, darkening the cheerful diner with his presence. He reads her body language and realizes she'll never stop demanding more. Leaning in, he threatens her, then takes the cash, completely ignoring Noah's instructions. Back at the car, Bod hands the money to Noah and drops a bombshell. Judy is his aunt. This isn't just business, it's family. He tells Noah he warned Brianna to stay away for good. The plan is ruined. Noah explodes, shouting that Bod was only supposed to scare her. Bod ignores him. Terrified, Meg slams the gas and speeds away. That night, Brianna shows up at their house again, this time with a hulking man named Deshawn. Noah hesitates. Brianna doesn't wait for Meg to answer. She forces her way into the house. Noah tries to reason with her, but Brianna rips Meg's phone from his hand and sends a chilling message. Meg has 20 minutes to get there, or she'll call the police. Meg arrives to find Noah cornered by Brianna and the massive Deshawn. Just as tensions peak, flashing lights appear outside. Officer Powell is responding to a call about suspicious people. Meg slips in just in time, helping Noah cover up. They spin a story that Brianna and Deshawn are old friends, and the situation was a misunderstanding. Powell eyes them suspiciously but leaves without evidence. Once the officer is gone, Brianna raises the stakes. She now demands $25,000. The exchange is set at a remote, abandoned train bridge. There, Deshawn slams his fist into Noah's stomach, dropping him. Meg and Noah hand over $22,000, promising to pay the rest soon. Brianna mocks them, pushing too far. In a sudden burst of fury, Meg lunges and struggles with Brianna. Deshawn tries to intervene but slips, crashing against bricks and dying from the impact. Noah, panicked, fires at him, finishing the job. Brianna bolts, scrambling to escape. Noah draws their father's revolver and shoots. Brianna staggers and falls off the bridge into the river below. Noah freezes, holding the smoking gun. Meg drives him home, reassures him, takes the revolver, and tells him to wash his clothes carefully to remove any trace. Just as she's about to leave, a knock on the window surprises her. It's Doug Mazur, the son of the woman they had moved. He has a strange, quiet conversation about the past, reminding them of where it all began. He notices a streak of blood in Meg's hair but lets it pass and walks away. The next morning, Brianna's body washes ashore, and police recover Deshawn's corpse on the bridge, the gunshot leaving no doubt about what happened. Detective Zell takes over the investigation. At the station, she interrogates Meg and Noah, but they stick to their story, claiming they barely knew Brianna or Deshawn. At the police station, Meg and Noah stick to their story. They claim they barely knew Brianna and had never met Deshawn. Detective Zell studies them carefully. She has no proof, but her suspicion is clear. Released for now, Meg and Noah leave, weighed down by dread and the consequences of their actions. A few days later, the family gathers for Easter dinner at Meg and Diego's house. The tension is thick. Bod dominates the table with unsettling, rambling stories, making everyone uncomfortable. Diego's suspicion grows, his eyes fixed on him all night. Later, Diego confronts Meg in their bedroom, demanding answers and insisting he doesn't want Bod near their children. Meg becomes defensive, pushing him away, further isolating herself in the shadowed world she and Noah now share. Noah is unraveling. Nights blur into drugs and alcohol, and his mind is consumed by their secrets. Desperate to bury the past, he buys wood paneling, paint, and tools, planning to rebuild the basement wall, as if covering it up could erase it. At a football game, Meg sits beside Noah. Surrounded by cheering parents, they look like outsiders, bound together by their secret. Noah confesses his fear. He's sure Bod knows everything, that he's unstable, and that sooner or later, he's going to do something they can't control. They drive to Bod's farmhouse, where he greets them with manic energy. Inside, The house is lined wall to wall with swords and knives, like a medieval armory. Bod playfully tosses a sword to Noah and challenges him to a duel. The fight is quick and punishing. Noah barely defends himself before Bod disarms him and presses the blade to his throat. Bod laughs, declaring victory. Meg bursts in, revolver raised, convinced Bod is about to kill Noah. She fires but misses. Bod's amusement turns to rage. He grabs a crossbow and 2 katanas, chasing Noah into the yard. Meg fires again, hitting Bod in the chest. He staggers but doesn't fall. In a final violent burst, Bod stabs Noah's hand. Meg fires one last time, and Bod collapses, dead. Shaking, Meg rushes to Noah and tends to his bleeding hand. The nightmare is finally over, leaving them battered but alive, haunted by the past, yet somehow still together. Noah and Meg take desperate swigs of vodka on Bod's porch, trying to steady themselves. As the sun sets, they stand over yet another body, their hands and minds darker than ever. Back at the hospital, Meg comforts her frail mother, whispering that everything is under control. An officer stops by to offer sympathy for Noah's injury but leaves a shadow of suspicion behind. At home, Noah is drowning in guilt. He invites Doug Mazur into the basement. They sit among unfinished walls, drinking and playing video games. When Meg walks in, Noah admits he's ready to confess. Panic flashes in her eyes. Without hesitation, she grabs a hammer and strikes Doug down. The crack silences the room. Noah screams, realizing Meg has crossed a line they can never come back from. The next morning, Noah tells Meg he's leaving for Los Angeles, desperate to escape. Meg, cold and firm, insists he stay. The house can't be sold, not with Doug buried in its walls. Noah will take care of their mother, get a job, and rebuild his life there, trapped by blood and obligation. Time passes. On a bright suburban afternoon, Meg and Diego watch their sons laugh and play in the backyard. She leans into her husband, fingers entwined, a small, enigmatic smile on her lips. To the world, she is the perfect wife and mother. But inside, she carries the weight of every secret, every body. Meg has become a hidden force, a shadow of her mother, someone who will do anything to protect the life she has built on lies and murder.